Welcome to another episode of Boom and Bust. I'm your host, Tony Clement. I'm here at the News Forum where all voices matter. A frequent theme of this program, of course, is Canada's productivity crisis. And the debate has only gotten more intense since last month's federal budget. Here to discuss the issue is Ves Sobot. He is the Executive Director for the Coalition of Concerned Manufacturers and Businesses of Canada. Welcome to the program in person. Great to have you here.
Thank you so much, Tony. Nice to be here.
Great to have anybody here, either on the screen or live, but particularly live. So, Ves, of course, you are someone who knows a little bit through your business life and through your work with the Macdonald-Laurier Institute that we do have a productivity crisis. Can you describe the nature of this crisis for Canada right now?
Well, it's interesting. Back in 1989, we ranked about 85.5% of the productivity that our good American friends had. That number has dropped to about 75% and even lower right now over the subsequent decades. And that's a very important number to keep track of. We need to be more productive. The more productive we are, the stronger our dollar is, the more our dollar is worth, and the health of the economy, of course, is reflected in that. So very important. There's a group called the Council of Canadian Innovators that just sent out a letter signed by 2,000 of their CEOs, saying that we are right now in a productivity crisis and we need to break the glass and fix this problem quickly.
So how, just help my audience understand how this is actually measured. Like, is this hours worked, or is it, output versus input? How would you measure productivity?
That's exactly it. The less inputs for the higher outputs is what you're measuring.
Okay.
And it's a measure of efficiency. It's a measure of how a society uses its resources. Now, we all know Canada is one of the richest countries in the world if you measure our wealth by resources. We've been blessed with everything you can possibly imagine. It's how we convert that is absolutely essential. And right now, we're in the middle of the pack, if you believe the numbers that OECD have put out there. And the truth is, Canada should be right at the top, given the God-given blessings that we've been bestowed.
Right. So that means that countries, these are market economies, but they aren't necessarily as advanced as us, but they're more productive in a sense than us.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, so better than us right now, the United States. A lot of the Scandinavian countries are doing better than us. We are beating Mexico, which is good to keep in mind. But there's so much area for improvement. If we can improve our productivity, we can increase everybody's cost of, or everybody's
like take-home pay and things like that.
Everything improves.
So here's a question for you: that how, I know this didn't happen overnight, so how did we get here?
Personally, I believe a lot of regulation, a lot of government interference, a lot of policies that don't have productivity in mind, that don't have business success in mind. And I think that's driven away a lot of our business and disincentivized folks from, spending, investing in Canada. In Canada, it's very hard to build a pipeline. New pipeline is just being built and it's finally started up, which is amazing. But I think it took about 20 years.
Yeah, it's the first one in a long time.
It shouldn't be 20 years. Similarly, the time it takes to get a building permit in Canada is extraordinarily long. Do you know in Phoenix, Arizona, you can get a building permit in 24 hours? When those are the kind of regulations that you're competing with, of course, Phoenix will be much more competitive than any place in Canada when you're in the real estate business trying to put up needed homes, right?
Got just about a half a minute before the break, but does business take any of the responsibility for this crisis as well?
Well, truthfully, government creates the conditions for success. Business will move to wherever its money is treated the best. So does it? It's really an issue of government policy. And if we can hone our government policy, I think Canada will boom
Right.
as your show often.
That's the boom
focuses
part
on.
rather than the bust
That's
part.
right. That's right.
Ves, we're going to take a little bit of a break here. Don't go to our commercials, of course, but we'll be having you back for the next segment. Stay with us.